If a man wants to get a divorce, he can get a divorce at any time. Okay? Daydream of Autumn, I'm going to answer your question in a second. But just send your question to info@safinasada.org. A man can get a divorce at any time. Question it. The divorce, it's valid, right? The question is, he's not sinful to do that, but he may be sinful for damaging his kids, his family, all of that. Okay? Hurting them, such as a divorce with no reason. Okay? Such as, I'm going to divorce a woman and marry another person just because I feel like it. So that injury that you're doing to another Muslim, you may be sinful for. What's the punishment for such a sin? It's going to happen to you, right? It's going to happen. In the biography of Muhammad Ali, he married his childhood sweetheart. When he got to the top, he pushed her to the side and he married a supermodel. Well, what do you think she did to him? When he got old in the 80s and he's no longer the wonderful Muhammad Ali, she pushed him aside and married another guy. The punishment for hurting others is that you yourself will get hurt. So don't hurt others. Okay? So for a woman, it is sinful is for her to seek a khula on a whim. Khula means, listen, I'm done being married with you. Let's make a deal. I'll give you the dowry back. I'll give you some other amount of money back. Divorce me. Why? I'm not feeling it. It'll be a valid khula, but she's sinful too. Same reason. Like, why? Why just this disruption? But if there's a reason, their reason is divided into two categories. Abuse and non-abuse. What's the non-abuse reason? Let's say he gained so much weight, I can't fulfill his rights anymore. I now despise him. Okay? Or his finances dropped. I married him at the level that I thought I would live at the normal level. I'm all son of a businessman, or daughter of businessmen, and I expect to live at this level. He can't afford it. He used to be rich, now he's poor. I just cannot be a grateful wife anymore. I cannot serve him anymore. My heart cannot be grateful anymore, because that's the wording that the companion of the Prophet used. She said, I fear kufr, meaning the kufr of gratitude. I won't be grateful. So he did nothing wrong. There's no abuse there. There's no shortage of fulfilling his rights, but she can't fulfill his rights anymore. So she has to pay money, give back the dowry or some similar amount of money, and he gives the divorce. Okay? Next. There is abuse. Or not fulfilling rights. Like what? My husband, I go home and he's mean to me. He doesn't talk to me, right? He ignores me and he doesn't sleep with me. And marriage is supposed to be sakina. Or worse than that, he no longer pays any bills. I have to go work and pay the bills. Now, what does a man owe? Does a husband owe a woman everything? No. He owes her the roof, the food, and the clothes on her back. Oh, he didn't have paying my bills, my cell phone bills. He doesn't have to pay for your cell phone. We have to be honest here, because some people, they think there's a mistake that's going on, that the man has to pay for everything. No, he doesn't. He just has to pay for your roof, your food, and the clothes on your back at the level that he married you at. So he married you that you were a woman who came from a middle-class background, like many of us know, that we have a home, we have a bunch of clothes for the different seasons, right? We eat, al-akl al-mu'tad, al-ma'ruf, that which is known in the people as normal. And yet he comes to me and he says, well, according to the book of fiqh, you're going to live in a studio apartment. There's a sack of rice over there. You can cook it if you get hungry, right? And here's a jacket for the winter. And that's all you get. And he says, well, that's what the books say. I say, no, not acceptable. What mur bil urf? It's by the urf. So if he stops providing, stops protecting, let's say this, he's a good guy, but the neighbor keeps walking into the house and gazing at me and touching me sometimes, hugging me, and my husband can't stop him. He doesn't have the power to stop him. So he has failed on the level of security. Okay? He's failed on the level of securing his wife. So she takes any of those grievances, these are objective grievances, and she says to the judge, my husband, he failed in this regard. The judge says, okay, I divorce you from him. So it's out of the hands of the husband at this point, and she doesn't have to pay any money back because she has a valid reason, an objectively valid reason. Okay. In the absence of the judge, an imam can do it, but imams today, they're too afraid to do it because they don't want to destroy homes. But what they've started to form councils. And on top of that, the problem with it is that they're not recognized authorities. So they could say, yes, fatwa, you are divorced from him. But the husband says, well, take your fatwa and I rip it up. It means nothing to me. That's why they don't do it. That's another reason they don't do it. Okay.